You're watching KSL Sports Live.
It is a big-time college football Saturday right here on KSL with that Oregon and Penn State game leading us to right now with KSL Sports Live. Thanks for joining us on your Saturday evening. Utah State takes on a top 20 team in SEC country, and the Utes look to get back on track with a road game at West Virginia. We'll get to those in just a bit, but we're going to start off on the other side of the Rockies. BYU 3-0, ranked 25th in the latest AP poll. They play its first conference game of the season, a rematch of last year's Alamo Bowl, but this time in Boulder, Colorado. The Cougars' first Big 12 game against the Colorado Buffaloes. The Buffs had the ball first, and on the opening drive, well, they just picked apart BYU's defense. 11 plays, 75 yards. Caden Salter scrambling his way into the end zone for the early 7-0 Colorado lead. So how does BYU respond? Well, they have 4th and 1 at the Colorado 37, and Chase Roberts drops the ball. BYU turns it over on downs. Colorado takes over. They march right back down the field. BYU, who only gave up 1 touchdown through its first 3 games, gives up 2 touchdowns on the Buffs' first 2 drives. It's 14-0. The Cougars have got to get something going, and, well, Bear Bachmeier's doing that. How about a 28-yard pass to Carson Ryan? Gets him into Colorado territory. Then Bear drops back. He's going to tuck, bounces off his own guys, and rolls out for a 12-yard gain. But in the red zone, BYU has to settle for the field goal. It's 14-3 after 1 quarter, currently early in the second quarter. Still that score with BYU has the ball. Last Saturday was a bit of a rude awakening for this Utah football team. They were ranked 16th in the country, unbeaten through 3 games, but in their Big 12 opener, they were met with a 24-point loss at Rice-Eccles Stadium. Part of the fallout from that was the Utes fell completely out of the rankings from 16th, but it's still way too early to rule this Utes team out in Big 12 play. Today, can they get back on track against 2-2 West Virginia? The short answer is yes. The long answer are these highlights. The Utes opening drive of the game ends with a Devin Dampier touchdown to J.J. Buchanan, 7-0 Utes. On the next drive, Dampier does the point scoring with his legs. The touchdown run doubles up the lead, makes it 14-0 after 1 quarter. Things are clicking for the Utes. Their third possession has a similar end result. Dampier to Ryan Davis, 32-yard touchdown, 21-0 Utah. West Virginia decides to go for it on 4th down. The Utes defense shuts that down really quick. John Henry Daly leads the charge. Elijah Davis finished it off. Utah visits the end zone one more time before half. Dampier to Dallin Bentley. Dampier had 163 yards passing, 3 touchdowns just in the first half to go with his rushing score. It was 28-0 at halftime. Utah scored touchdowns on 4 of 5 first half drives. The second half picks up right where that left off. Dampier finding Wayshawn Parker. Watch him back his way into the end zone. Now, this was initially ruled that he was out of bounds, but after review, it is confirmed a touchdown, 35-0, Utah. Parker agrees with that review, too. He's loving it. Utah's defense still bringing the boom. Lander Barton led the Utes with 8 tackles, sticks the ball carrier at the line there. But the Mountaineers would score on the drive. A 39-yard touchdown pass by Cam Vaughn finally gets them on the board to make it 35-7. Wayshawn Parker had 66 yards rushing in the game. 40 came on this play. And this one helped set up a Dylan Curtis field goal for a 38-7 lead. Late in the game, Bert Ficklin has taken the snaps now. He completed all 4 of his passes. This one to Larry Simmons for a 41-yard gain. Then on 4th and goal, Ficklin to Bryce Duke for the touchdown to cap off the day. And Utah wins it 48-14 on the road. They racked up 532 total yards of offense in the win. Dampier 5 total touchdowns. This is the 4th straight year that the Utes start 4-1, tied for the longest streak in school history.
It feels great. I was on the sideline. I think it was, I heard someone say we haven't gone into a bye week in 3 years with the W, so for practice is long and hard, and obviously going into bye week with the loss kind of stinks. So, yeah, it feels good. Obviously, we got to keep it up, stay consistent, and keep on grinding every day.
Huge. You don't want to sit on a loss ever, but to sit on it for 2 weeks is double the torture. And so it's really big to be able to end that first half of the season on a positive, and get some guys healed up hopefully, and give us momentum into the next contest.
In Utah State football history, the Aggies have beaten a ranked opponent on the road just 3 times in 59 tries. The highest ranked opponent they've ever beaten, 18th ranked BYU, that was down in Provo in 2014. Well, this morning the Aggies going for just their 7th ever win against a ranked team. Back in SEC country for the second time this season, facing the 18th ranked 4-0 Vanderbilt Commodores. Aggies' second drive of the game was flawless. Bryson Barnes with 22 yards rushing, 22 yards passing on the drive, and that's when he drops it in the lap of Miles Davis for the 18-yard score to make it 7-0 Aggies. With the game tied at 7 to start the second quarter, the Aggies' drive goes a little crazy. Back to punt. This play was a disaster. Landon Rico whiffs on the drop, but there was a flag for defensive holding. The Aggies get a first down. They have to punt again, and this time it's roughing the kicker. So the drive stays alive again. 15 yards, another first down. Barnes completes the drive with a touchdown to Josh Sturzer. Vanderbilt would then score on 3 straight drives, and suddenly they have a 28-14 lead. But with a little over a minute to go in the half, Barnes leads the Aggies to the end zone again. His 3rd touchdown pass of the half, this one to Braden Pagan. Aggies would trail 31-21 at halftime. They couldn't keep that track meet going in the second half, though. After Vandy opens the half with another touchdown, Utah State's trick play on 4th down. Rico, the pass to Sturzer, he loses the ball. He was a yard short anyway. Turnover on downs. In the 4th quarter, Aggies driving. Barnes runs, fumbles. Vanderbilt recovers, and to make it all worse, Barnes was hurt on this play and would leave the game. Jacob Conover came in for the rest of the game. He completed 11 of 14 passes for 92 yards and 2 touchdowns in the final quarter, but the hole was just too big at that point. The Aggies lose to Vanderbilt by 20, 55-35. Bronco Mendenhall declined to give an update on the Barnes injury status after the game. He wants to wait for medical exams first. The Aggies defense gave up 543 total yards in that loss. Well, this weekend we had a big upset in Region 3, a surprise 7-0 start to the season for high school football, high-scoring shootouts, final second wins, and big-time individual performances. And we get to watch all of it all over again over the next 90 seconds in what we call the Game Night Live highlight reel.
Let's go, baby!